Good afternoon. Today is the 30th of May. It's a Wednesday afternoon. And I have another book haul. Again. Today I have the pleasure of presenting 4 new additions to my collection. One of which I have read before, one of which I've heard of but not read, and the other 2 I've never even heard of before. Now, the first one I'd like to present is, I have read this one before a couple of times, and I've seen a movie version of it, and I found it quite intriguing. F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. J. Gatsby is a self-made man famed for his decadent, champagne-drenched parties. Despite being surrounded by Long Island's bright and beautiful, he longs only for Daisy Buchanan. In shimmering prose, Fitzgerald shows Gatsby pursue his dream to his tragic conclusion. There's a couple of positive quotes there. Yes, it's set in the early to mid 1920s, at a time when fashion and parties and that sort of thing were at the pinnacle of golden age parties, celebration of life, and decadence, and love and indulgence and that sort of thing. So I've read that, and I found it quite interesting to sort of, in terms of human relationships and that sort of thing. So it's quite interesting. The next one that I've bought is this one, The Silver Sword by Ian. Something, that's what it sounds like. Ian Serraillier. Silver Sword. Having lost their parents in the chaos of war, Ruth, Edic, and Baronia are left alone to fend for themselves and to hide from the Nazis amid the rubble and ruins of their city. They meet a ragged orphan boy, Jan, who treasures a penknife, a silver sword, which is entrusted to him by an escaped prisoner of war. The 3 children realise that the escapee was their father. The silver sword a message that he is alive and searching for them. Together with Jan, they begin a dangerous journey across the battlefields of Europe to find their parents. This includes a letter from the author's daughter about what inspired the true events that has inspired the story. So that looks like quite a thrilling story. Now, one moment, please. Just bear with me. I'm not having a very good day today in terms of my body and my health, and well, I wanted to do this video today because I was expecting these books to arrive today, which they did. obviously. And I wanted to do this clip as soon as they arrived. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next one, which is a bit of a chunky one, a bit of a heft. Heft to pick it up. It is a bit of a brick. It's called the Gormenghast Trilogy, Vintage Peak. Now, who is the author of this? Something Peak. Just one moment, please. I'm filming with my iPad. So we call Ex Libris. Mervyn Peake is the author of this work. And it contains the actual book itself is about 950 pages. 953 pages. But it also contains some images, pictures that have been drawn or something. And of course, got that lovely brand new book smell. Anyway, it's called the Gormenghast Trilogy. Just bear with me. Gormenghast Trilogy. Gormenghast is the vast crumbling castle to which the 77th Earl Titus Groan is lord and heir. Titus is expected to rule his Gothic labyrinth of turrets and dungeons and his eccentric and wayward subjects, according to a strict age-old rituals. But things are changing in the castle. Titus must contend with treachery, manipulation, and murder, as well as his own longing for a life beyond the castle walls. So there's that. Ooh. Ooh. And now, last but not least, I've heard of this particular one, this final heft of a chunk book, and I've heard of this author. Yeah, just a brief look at the book itself. Yes. Oh, I like the end papers. This is a special series within the vintage collection. This particular one is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. And you can see it's special, it's called the Russian collection, within the Vintage Classics collection. And, the imaging on the cover is brilliant. It's got that beautiful sort of Russian-inspired floral theme. Just look at that, that's absolutely divine. But it continues on to the spine and the back of the book. And as you can see, it is a bit of a chunk book, a bit of a heft. Of about, I've got how many pages? Still a length to the previous one. 450. I mean, 950. Sorry. The designs for the Vintage Classics Russian series have been created by vintage creative director Suzanne Dean, assembled from a variety of authentic Russian textile designs from the 19th century and Soviet era. The textiles come from the collection of Susan Meller, author and founder of the Design Library of New York. Now, there are 6 titles in the series, one of which is this one, Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. This is the first Leo Tolstoy novel that I've ever owned. I did see the movie, the classic movie of it. Many, on the back it just says, all happy families resemble one another. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. It says, Anna is a beautiful, intelligent woman whose passionate affair with the dashing Count Vronsky leads to her ruin. So, there's that too. Now, there's that too. So, I'll be having another 2 more novels come soon, hopefully. They were supposed to come with these 4, but unfortunately, because my usual, I usually, when I buy books, I buy them online via Booktopia, which is a fantastic. I can usually get any book I want from there. But unfortunately, because Booktopia were, these final 2 books, they were low stock. So unfortunately, they have to try and source them from elsewhere. So that's fine. I don't mind waiting a little bit extra time. Sometimes it depends on the things. So but I've got these 4 ones, and this one that I'm looking forward to checking out. Gormenghast and Anna Karenina. Yeah, Anna Karenina. I've seen the classic movie Anna Karenina. I think there's 2 versions. There's one version with Vivian Leigh in the title character, and one with Greta Garbo in the title character. Now I have seen both, because I have both, I think. One has Greta Garbo as Anna Karenina, and the other has Vivian Leigh as Anna Karenina. And I have seen both, and I think both are wonderful movies. Both actresses have done wonderful performances, and everything. However, because it's been such a long time since I've seen the movies, since I've seen either movie, I've completely forgotten the storyline of this one. So I have to go over it again, become familiar with it. I'll have to read it again. So in order to pick it up, I'll have to do that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to those. Gormenghast I'm looking forward to, because it seems like my style. And Silver Sword. Now, Silver Sword, on the website it listed this as for years 7, 8, and 9 English. If it's for adolescents aged 7, in grades 7, 8, and 9 English. However, I don't think so. No, I reckon this is a general audience one myself. Really, just a look at that.